Hey everybody, it's Adia. Welcome back to my channel. Please go ahead and hit the subscribe button while I have your attention. So today we are going to be doing an easy, glowy, minimal makeup focused on REFY Beauty. This is not sponsored. I just really like the products from REFY. They recently came out with their summer skin collection that I really like. So I thought it would be a good time just to showcase all their products because I don't think I've really necessarily gone in depth, I don't think, about the REFY brow products, and just kind of do like a minimal makeup, glowy summer routine, like I just said. So right now all I have on is the Fenty, like the Fenty brightening under eye product. I'm blanking on what it's called, but you guys know what it's called. I'll link it below. But I have that just like under my eyes just to brighten. So yeah, that's that. So the REFY Brow Collection, that's what first launched. And I think that launched around December of 2020. And so it comes with a brow pomade, which is just one color. It's clear. And then it comes with, this is the brow gel component. So it has this, there's like a little flat brush. And then in the other end, do you twist it off? Yeah, there's like the brow pomade in here in case you are the type of person that likes to use the brow gel and the little angled brush to draw in your hairs. And then it also comes with a brow pencil, which has the spoolie on one end and just the normal twist up pencil. A key thing for brow products is you don't want to have any skincare in your brow area because that will interfere with the product. It might cause like buildup or something like that. And now what I'm going to do is I'm just going to take the brow pomade and just go to work on my brows. Oh, that's another thing. This is in the cap. So it has a brow comb and a little brow brush also. Forgot about that. Okay, so this is what it looks like. You see, it's like, it looks white, but it dries clear. So here we go. Now, mind you, I'd already brushed my eyebrows up before I started, but there was no product on my brows at all. But I think it's good to kind of brush your hairs in the direction you want before you even put any product. So now I'm just like liberally applying this. So then I like to kind of take the flat side and just like really get my brows going up. So I'm kind of like combing them up and also smoothing them. Okay, see? So that's the difference. This is with just the pomade and this side is once I've smoothed it. I kind of like smooth up and like, I don't go straight up. I kind of go up and like back along the length of the brow. As you can see, I have some gray hairs in my eyebrows. But yeah, this is how they look, kind of smoothed up, which I like. I'm gonna let this set before I go back with the pencil. Okay, so about a month ago, REFY had their second launch, which was the Summer Skin Collection. So it was a bronzer, cream blush, and a liquid highlighter. The bronzer comes in 4 shades, I believe, and I got the shade Onyx, which is right here. And the blush comes in a few shades. I don't remember how many shades. I'll put that somewhere. And I got the shade Malaya in the blush, which is here. I've used this before, but this is just like, kind of like a neutral, rosy kind of pink. And then the highlighter. I think it only comes in one shade, and it's like a, you know, a liquid, dewy kind of highlighter. I'm just gonna take a tiny bit and put it on the back of my hand. So it has like a strong gold undertone. It feels very balmy. It feels like lip balm or something like that. It's but not as thick as a lip balm, but has that like lip balm texture. Here's it. It's more blended in. So you can definitely see there's no shimmer. It's just like it's wet, you know, and it has that like balm texture and a little bit of gold tint to it. So that's what that looks like. All right, so let's go ahead and do the face. So this shade I like. It's like a reddish brown, as you can see. Like when I'm more tanned or when I get darker, I get a lot more red. And so for me, I think a reddish bronzer is natural on my skin tone. I think I'm gonna use this. This is the Katie Jane Hughes Spectrum Collection brush. It's number 3. This, if you can see, let's see, how like, it kind of has that duo fiber where it's like not as dense at the tips. So I feel like it will kind of have a more diffused application because this is very pigmented. And so I don't want it to look like too intense. So you can see it adds like, it's quite red. Like if you look here compared to this side, but I think it is just kind of like enhancing some of the tones that are like naturally in my skin. Last night I watched the Mary J. Blige documentary celebrating or commemorating the 25-year anniversary of My Life, and it was so good. I love Mary J. Blige. She's my favorite like R&B artist. I just admire her so much, and so like that documentary was so good. I'm gonna watch it again probably like next week just because I just, I thought it was so amazing, like so inspiring and just really insightful and like uplifting. It was just amazing. So if y'all are looking for something to watch, definitely watch that. So see, there we go. I kind of went up into my forehead a little bit. So it's very warm, which I think makes sense if you kind of compare the difference. I think it looks natural. I think it's very close to how I would look if I had been outside all day and been in the sun. I feel like I have like a patch right here where just like products don't stick as well. But I'm gonna just do this other side real quick. I think that looks good. Like it really does like enhance like that natural shadow, but it doesn't look like made up to me anyways. I think it looks really nice. Okay. I might do like a little bit across the nose just to kind of add color. See how it just like added color to my face? I mean, to the center of my face and just kind of definition to my nose. I'm gonna go into my crease a little bit by just like pressing the brush. And then I'm just gonna like drag this out in the temples. Oops, sorry, I think I was blocking that. So see, compare this eye to this eye without. It's subtle, but I think it looks nice. All right, so that's the bronzer. I think this is so nice. It's just, I mean, this alone, I feel like definitely adds that warmth, that summertime look. But because this bronzer is kind of sheer, you can see my skin through. Like I have like sunspots right there that you can still see. You can still see, you know, if you had freckles or like dark marks or something like that, like you would still see it. So it looks really natural. It doesn't really look like you're wearing makeup, but it just definitely like adds warmth. So I love this, in case you couldn't tell. All right, now I'm gonna do the blush. So the blush, again, I have this shade Malaya. This is how it looks. Like, it's a very like neutral pink. Let's see. This is it. So this is a very natural pink blush, and I'm gonna use this Cajun Hues #2 brush. And I'm kind of trying to go like higher with my blush, but see on the skin, it looks more like true pink. That's interesting. It looks really different swatched versus like on the skin. And I'm just kind of like patting it on a little bit higher and then over the bronzer too, just to kind of blend everything together. I don't want to have like lines of demarcation between the blush and the bronzer. And I'm using the back side of the brush that didn't really have product on it, just to like blend it out. And again, turning the brush around. So I feel like this is really like fresh. Definitely has that like flushed look. And it may seem like this is a lot of blush. I don't know how it's reading on camera, but I think blushes tend to wear away from your skin, especially cream blushes. Especially cream blushes, they're not like super, super long wearing. So for that reason, I feel like go ahead and put on a little tiny bit more than you would normally use, just so if it fades a little bit, you'll still have color on your cheeks. I personally think this looks really, really nice. And I didn't use a lot. If you saw, I barely like tapped in the blush. And I think it just looks really nice. You can still kind of see my natural skin underneath. So it's just, I feel like it just looks really natural, honestly. Okay, now let's do the highlighter. Okay, so just for reference, this is my skin now, the hand. It doesn't feel as balmy where I put it a little while ago. So it does kind of dry down, but you can still see a little bit of sheen. So I think the key is to just put like a teeny tiny bit on so that it won't be as like sticky or wet on your face. So this is how much I have, like a little less than a pea size amount actually. And I'm gonna like I'm gonna take some away because I don't want a lot on I can always add more. And I'm just gonna do like right there. Try not to go too close to my under eyes. All right, you see that? I'm gonna do a little tiny bit on the center of my lid, just to add a little bit of like shine to my eyes. Okay, see, there we go. Now, if I were gonna go outside and it were hot, I would not put any highlighter on my forehead. But since it's like 70 degrees here in Oakland, like it's not hot, I'm not gonna sweat. I feel like it's okay. But yeah, I love it. Okay, so now I'm gonna finish my brows. And so I'm gonna just take this side, twist it up a little bit. And I'm gonna focus on the top, filling in kind of the sparse areas on the top. I find that this looks the most natural to fill in at the top because it helps like lift my brows. I don't want to fill in at the bottom because that will kind of close out my eyelid. And I think that actually makes my eyes look smaller. Whereas if I fill in at the top, it adds the thickness, but it doesn't like intrude on the eyebrow, on the eyelid space. Okay, so I did my right eyebrow. Took a little longer than it normally does. On this side, I do kind of go in the bottom part on the tail because I feel like it's more sparse. I think the key is to use a much lighter hand than you think is necessary. Because if you use a light hand, you'll get more like defined strokes versus if you press really hard, then it'll be kind of like more smudged up. There. Yeah, that's how I like it to look. I think it's important when you do your brows to kind of like have a mirror that's like close up, but then you also want like a far away mirror so you can see your whole face and kind of see how your brows are looking overall, because sometimes you can get like so like zoomed in on your brow that you're not like thinking of how does the brow look on my whole face. And then when you take a step back, you're like, oh shoot, like I wasn't trying to do all that. So definitely kind of go back and forth between a close-up mirror and looking kind of at a regular viewing distance just to make sure that you're getting what you're looking for. And there we go. I like this one better, but you know, there's always one that looks right and then one that doesn't look that good. And you know, that's okay. That's just how it is sometimes. So for lips, I want to use the new Glossier Ultra Lip. This is the shade Portrait. I was wearing this in my last video and I love this color. I love this formula. It's so comfortable on the lips. It's pigmented, it's shiny. It's just like, it's so good. Like it's really, really a great formula. So I feel like it just looks really nice for summer. And if you focus on the center of your lips, you get that more like, it makes your lips more rounded and like pouty. And then just like lightly put some product on the other, on the rest of the lip. But yeah, this is my glowy minimal makeup summer, what was I calling it? Glowy minimal summer makeup look. Yeah, featuring REFY Beauty. And I have one thing that I want to share that I think is really good for making your glowy makeup last longer. I will be right back. Okay, this is the DANESSA MYRICKS Dewy Forever Mist. So it's a hydrating setting spray that will keep your makeup looking good all day. So this is good if you have dry skin and if you find that those like long lasting makeup setting sprays dry out your skin. Excuse me. It's also good if you're like me and you have normal skin and you just want to keep a dewy base. What am I trying to say? It's also good if you have normal skin and you just want your skin to look dewy and glowy all day without having to put like a super wet product on, or if you, like me, don't really have product all over your face, but just want to have an all over glow, then this is really, really good. The key is to hold it far away from your face. So yeah, you see how it gave like more of an all over glow? I like to think that that's what it did. So I think that's what it did. But yeah, see that? I think it did something. I really think it did something. But anyways, I really like this product. So yeah, and now we're done. This is like minimal makeup, running errands at a little cookout kind of thing. Like you don't look made up. You just look like you've just come back from vacation and you just look and feel amazing. That's what I think this is giving. What do y'all think? Thank you so much for watching and for indulging and chatting makeup with me today. If you enjoyed this video, go ahead and subscribe. Let me know what you'd like to see next. Thank you as always for watching, and I will see you in the next one. Bye.